Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Please seeing you around. Hope your day is going well. We are back with some Final Fantasy XIV in the building tonight because we have a dungeon to go deeper in. A deep dungeon, if you will. Deep Dungeon's been pretty dang good. I'm excited for it. I like it. I want some more of it. We're gonna get some more of it. Yeah? A very simple procedure. There's a dungeon. You go into it. You go deep into it. And then Bob's your uncle. Get off the fucking thing. Thank you. Oh my god, dude, I hate these freaking rappers. Get off my finger. Oh my god, that doesn't mean get onto my thumb. Get off my finger. There we go. Hello, Neo. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, let's head to the deep dungeon. Actually, what my bunny girls got. Let's see. Can they bring back Hilde? We might do that tomorrow. I kind of want to give my voice, like, a break. A little bit. Before I have to do a whole bunch of reading for Hilde. Because we streamed for, like, almost 9 hours yesterday or something insane like that. I can feel it being kind of on the precipice. And since there's no voice acting in Hilde, I'm going to have to go, like, full beans with it. So we're definitely going to do Hilde tomorrow if we don't start it later tonight. The main goal is to do, the deep dungeon tonight. Yeah. Okay. Let us head to, Walkthroughs. That's the name of the place. My red mage might actually ding level 100 tonight. Who knows? Kinda doubt it. We didn't get too much XP the couple of floors that we did, but we'll see. Dude, Nimbus. He better fly at some point. If Nimbus doesn't fly, we riot. Alright. Vantho, take me away. I'm at level 39. I've gotten to floor 40. Yeah, I'm at stone 41. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. I need 43 for both? Dude. But then stop giving me all the armor. What are we doing? Jesus Christ. Why on earth would you have it where you need, like, certain thresholds for loot, and then you predominantly give me one over the other? Hello, Sir Vikings Bud. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. It's like, I have so much armor, it's insane, but the game refuses to give me arms. Yeah, I love having to run the exact same floors over again. Because the game doesn't want to give me the one fucking thing I need. Why would I want a sensible progression loop? Be glad I forgot to talk about that in today's video. Christ. At least the queue is, like, almost instant. So good, I got more armor. Excellent. Just what the doctor ordered, you know? Yeah, so, the mobs don't mess around when you get the stone 31 on. Alright, buddy, I was not in that. I was, but I'm just saying. The things I would do for some mobility. Okay, good. I might actually be able to cast a spell here. Let's see. Always the worst part of playing a caster in content where enemies just don't have too much HP. Yeah. Being able to actually get a spell off can feel like a Christmas miracle sometimes. Hey, sometimes the basics are all you need, right now? Okay, it's screwed in your butt cheeks. I feel like for a system like this, though, it's like, my goal as a player is to get as deep as I possibly can, but I'm feeling artificially gated, not by skill, but by what the game deems it wants to give me, which is kind of annoying. Hello, hello, Hydro. Welcome to the stream. Dude, this fucking warrior. Oh my god, please. What is this room? I don't remember seeing a room like this the last time I was here. Maybe there's like a bit of variety in these floors and they want to give players an excuse to interact with them. Well, at least this run should be a bit... I fucking hate everything. These ponies piss me off. Alright, we got him. Alright, dump him. I'm playing the Milady class. All we need, tips the fedora. I need you to pick one starter Pokemon from each generation. Okay, for Gen 1, you can't go wrong. I personally would go Charmander because I'm a sucker for a fire type, but I don't think it's a wrong choice for Gen 1. For Gen 2, I'm going Totodile because I don't like Cyndaquil's final evolutions. I think they look a bit lame in comparison. Totodile's just cool, though. Gen 3, I'm going... I normally go a Torchic. Because again, I'm a sucker for a fire type. But I also like all the starters in Gen 3. Gen 4, I'm going Piplup. I really like a Piplup. Empoleon is great. I love him. I loved Infernape at the time, but we kind of got, like, firefighting fatigue. And he kind of starts this trend. For Gen 5, I'm a big fan of Snivy. I actually am a Snivy fan. A bit of a Snivy fanatic, if you will. I particularly like the Snivy in the anime. For Gen 6... I'm going Fennekin. The Fox is cool. I don't like the evolutions. But Chestnut looks kind of goofy to me. And I don't want to just have some frog. Which one was Gen 7? Gen 7 was like Sun and Moon, right? The owl for that one. The owl's cool. Sword and Shield, I'm gonna go with the bunny. I like the bunny. Wait, no. That was like, Scarlet and Violet, wasn't it? What were the starters in, Greninja's cool. Greninja is just not a starter that I would want. I don't think he's, like, bad or anything. Bunny's Gen 8. Okay, the bunny for the gen it's in. No Tepig love. Tepig's cool. It's just I think Snivy is cooler. Because, again, it's like firefighting versus something actually interesting and unique. Plus, I thought a Snake starter was really cool. And it's so cool. Yeah, I think Greninja gets a lot of love because of the anime. It's like, I'm normally not too big on, like, Pokemon that are way too slender. Which is my problem with Greninja. But in the anime, Greninja's really cool. Now, what would you pick for Spain? What were the starters in Spain? I don't even remember. I remember thinking they were all kind of like, eh. What the hell did I pick in Sun and Moon? Not Sun and Moon, for Scarlet and Violet. I like the legendary for Scarlet and Violet. The bike is cool. For Wig Coco, Sprigatito, and Quaxley. Oh yeah, the starters suck dick. Pokemon, Scarlet, and Violet starters. Yeah, they do suck. I think I go for Wig Coco. Yeah, I don't like the final Evos for either of the other ones. I don't like Fluid Coco's either, but it's like not as bad as the others. It's like a fire, like, Totodile version, which can have its merits. So I go for a Coco there. The Poldia starters are like top 3. For what? Quickest to throw in the bin and abandon? It's like, Sprigatito's like final Evo looks so basic it hurts. I'm not a fan of that. Like, it's just a cat. Which is fine for like a Gen 1. Which is fine for like a starter. But like, in its final Evo, I wanted to look at least somewhat cool. For being awesome. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's right up there with getting like an STD, unseasoned food, and sitting in a lecture with someone who has an accent so thick you can't understand anything they say. God, I love this mechanic so much. He's just a baller shit. So basically Reddit. And you just roll over everyone. For a duck Pokemon, we get it, Quacks. Quaxley is, like, cool. I like the hair for, like, Quaxley itself. It's, like, Final Evo is... It's like a red mage from Wish, right? I know what it's going for. It just does a poor job of going for it, in my opinion. The actual starter forms for like, Scarlet and Violet, I really like. It's the Final Evos that, like, drop the ball for me. But I will say, I think Scarlet and Violet, like, looking back on it, probably my least favorite, like, cast of starters. I think it finally beat Gen 2 for me. Johto, for the longest time, had my least favorite looking starters in the entire series. I think Scarlet and Violet overtake it now for me. It's funny, because, like I said, I really like the bike legendary again. I think it's really cool. I love the idea of riding Pokemon. Pause. Sprint enabled? Oh, thank Christ. The gloom, 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 it spreads. Eat my flare. Bro. Bro! Bro! Can I get my other spell off, please? Thank you, dude. Oh my god, I hit it too early. I'm stupid. Alright. Land it, move. Grand Impact. Well, I would love to know what that animation looks like if I had an enemy to use it on. Oh, that looks cool. Alright, let's move in and get him. I will say, I think more like what probably I considered like beginner Digimon, way cooler than the Pokemon variants. It's like, that's an evolutionary line. It's like, you start off with, like, Guilmon. He's a dragon without wings. His final form, a fucking knight with a lance and a giant shield that shoots laser beams. That's what I'm talking about. So, like, that's the kind of evolution I'm looking for. I don't want just, like, it's a cat. It becomes a slightly bigger cat. Guess what? It's now an even bigger cat. It's like, I want it to evolve. I want it to feel like Charles Darwin whipped his whole dick out for it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for out of an evolution. Now I want to play Digimon. Apparently the new Digimon game is like hype as hell. It was a dark and stormy night when all through the house there was only machinists for DPS. And the boss never died. It never got past 95%. What I want is for Platinum Games to make a Digimon game. That's what I want. Sprigatito turns into a magician cat. Right, but I would want them to, spice it up a little bit, you know what I mean? It looks like a cat that's, like, standing on its hind legs going meow. I needed to look like it had a wizard hat and everything. Bro. God, Red Mage is so good, though. Why did it take so long to level this thing? Yeah, Fuecoco is fine. I don't mind Fuecoco. It looks so stupid, kind of remains stupid, but it breathes fire. Like, that's cool. The stupid duck looking like it wants to be a red mage so badly. Bro! Pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a given because it's me, right? Like, it's a given. But I appreciate your recognition. Hello, 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 Ultima. Welcome to the stream. Don't revive the healer. They should fucking adjust it. You know what I mean, though? It's tough love. Also, you're funny if you thought I was even looking at the body frames. I saw them dead, and I already saw the res icon on them. Like, who the fuck revived them? Alright, well, the good news is we have enough arms now. Ignore Johto. Thank you. Oh, hi, Joe. Are you a fellow Johto starter hater? Gen 2 has easily the second worst starters, besides Scarlet and Violet. Those are trash. Gen 2 is also bad. Because, like, I like the beginner forms for all of them. Like, Cyndaquil, whatever the hell, the grass type was again. Totodile's just a bro. I love Totodile. But, like, the final forms are mostly trash. It's like they are, right? Phoenix Down is a free revive. I completely forgot about the Phoenix Down changes as well. See, my strategy is to just not die. That's my plan. Was I really not in these? No one saw that. Fake news, a figment of your imagination. Hell yeah, dude, more gloom. The stars were met. Gen 2 overall, really dang good. I love Johto. Johto's great. It's just the starters. But I love the idea of the starter from Gen 2, like, following you around. That was really cool. Especially back in the day when you could, like, migrate them to, like, your pedometer. So as you walked around, you could, like, give them XP. That was really cool. I love that element. Oh my fucking god. Alright, so I've done this entire, like, section before, and I've never seen half these mechanics. How much variance is there here? That's pretty dang cool. Has the best theme song. Oh, Johto has an amazing theme song. Absolutely. Though, to be fair, Pokemon normally nails it when it comes to the starters. Not starters, when it comes to, like, the openings. They're so good. When I return to play this, oh yeah, I'll rock it with the Ultima. Hell yeah. Between Johto and Kanto. Yeah, the idea that in Johto you could also then go back to Kanto at the very end. Mwah. When Game Freak had good ideas. Once upon a time. I feel like Abe Simpson talking to all the kids at, like, the top of the hill. It's like, now kids, you may not realize this, but there was a time when Game Freak tried. Really? Yeah. They actually gave you content that was fun, and interesting, and inspired. It wasn't just recycled shit. Wow, really? No. Bro. Bro, where did this thing come from? Alright, who got Charlie Brown on the piano here? You know what I think is an underrated theme in Pokemon? Gen 5. The black and white intros, I think, are, like, weirdly good. They're very different. They're not as hype, but I really like them. I'm actually a fan of the Gen 5, like, black and white anime. I think it's actually really good. Some people just can't get over the fact there's no Misty or Brock, but it's like, outside of that, it's a good anime. So you can hate us later on. Gen 5 teaching, treating, like, Ash's Charizard like it was Jesus or something. Or, like, Prime Mike Tyson was the funniest thing. Oh my god, we got 50 arms, let's go. And this is why I'm staying at range here. Oh god, Ashes Infernape. What up, bro? You know who was also good? Paul's Turtwig. That guy. That guy fucks. Boomdom with intent. Gaming got way too repetitive for me. Yeah, I mean, I dropped it with Sun and Moon because I thought that entire premise was stupid. I also hated the art style. I will still say, though, Gen 4 is the best movies. The Pokemon Gen 4 movies were so goated. It's like you had the Darkrai movie into the Giratina movie. That lineup was so tough. Turtwig, my boy. Turtwig was so good. I love Turtwig. Gen 4 probably has some of my favorite starters as well. I'm a big Gen 4 fanatic because that was the one I really grew up on. It was 3 and 4 for me. Also, the Gen 3 remake of Gen 1. Yeah, the Legendary Birds was really good. I love the one with, like, Entei as well. I normally actually just really like the Pokemon movies, looking back on it. Lugia and, like, my two favorite Pokemon were always, like, Lugia and Darkrai. You know, thinking back on it, have they ever added, like, Gale of Darkness to, Nintendo Online? Have they done that yet, or nah? Had dark themes going on? Yeah! Like, the Darkrai movie was so sad. But I loved it. Get this pixie status off me. All the grass starters. To be fair, the grass starters are really cool. So I get that. It's just fire has normally been my favorite element. Water starters are so hit or miss. It's like they're either the coolest in the entire, like... they feel like they're either the coolest one or the worst one, and there's never an in-between. I don't know of a generation where I'm like, the water one's in the middle for me. It's either the best one or the worst one. Like, Piplup, goated. Squirtle, also goated. Actually, no! Maybe Gen 1 for me. I would put Squirtle, like, above Bulbasaur, probably below Charmander. Totodile, best of Gen 2. Mudkip, I really like. I would put Mudkip. The problem for me is, like, normally, I guess sometimes I just have, like, two favorites in a gen. Because for me, for, like, Gen 3, my two favorites would probably be, like, Torchic and Mudkip. I also really like Trico. Gen 3 starters are just really good. I don't have really any issues with Gen 3 starters. Yeah, Blaziken was really cool. Yeah, I like Trico because of the anime. It's like Ash's Trico was so good. Like when he evolved the Sceptile as well in Grovyle. Though I loved May's Torchic. Lock in. Easy! I didn't even get to use Grand Impact, dude. I was like, Grand Impact off Acceleration. Okay. I did not know that, Neo. Rock that Mega Sceptile. Oh, I will say, though. Mega Charizard? Mwah. Who remembers that one, like, animated scene they had? Where it was, like, red with the Mega Charizard X. Insane. It was so well animated. Alright, we can finally do a whole new floor. We got the little 56 for the arm. That's huge. Good to hear Shadowbringers OST again. They kind of cooked when it came to the Deep Dungeon. I think it's a really good one. It's easily the one I felt the most desire to play. Aesthetics really good. This mount, looking at it, is freaking nutty. Also, one of the funniest looking sets they've ever added into the game comes from this. Where is it? Here it is. Check this shit out. It's a Fwoth set. I need that. I love how goofy and oversized it is. It's like, I love the gigantic feather. I love the asymmetrical shoulders. It's like Lord of the Mysteries ass transmog. It's like, I need this. Modern aesthetics, simple and clean. With the Indigo League? I think I have some in the Indigo League on DVD. What is that? That's a really good question. It's some kind of, like, plant monstrosity. I think it's one of the bosses. I think that's, like, the second boss you fight here. Moving on to the Orange Islands. Tristan's such a bitch. It's like, who cares about Tristan, right? It's like, he's just like Temu Brock. I can't remember one thing interesting about Tristan besides the fact he wore a plain t-shirt. Like, bro's a nobody. Why is this one in, like, the desert? Not an old joke, by the way. No, I think I have it on DVD. They probably re-released it for DVD. Dude, look at this! Now we're in a desert. We were underwater. Oh, this is cool. Wait, are we actually just outside? Alright, good start. My anaconda don't. My anaconda don't. My anaconda don't want none unless you got DPS. You know? Simple demand. How deep does this dungeon go? Oh, they should have let us mount up here, because we're outside, technically. Yeah, we're basically in, like, Amarang. Refuse to fight. Yeah, half of, like, Ash's losses were the stupidest, like, technicality. That, and they just, like, busted out some dude with, like, 6 legendaries and said, aight, bro. It's like, that was the stupidest, most anticlimactic thing ever. It's like, here, after an entire season of watching Ash, like, rally his team together, watch him get curb stomped by, like, that same feeling you get as a Xenoblade player when you fight a level 81 monkey when you're level 2. Yeah, I hated the fact that Ash's Charizard just, like, became so lazy. I hated that character arc so much. With that ending, I feel like that's par for the course when it comes to Dragon's Dogma, though. Okay, now we're starting to do some damage in here. Alright, this deep dungeon is easily the best looking one that I've ever seen them make. I haven't seen a lot of the deep floors for the other ones, but like so far, I love this one. Be playful, silly Mudkip he is. Yeah, that was my issue with like Mudkip's evolution, is just like him but big, but he loses the cute charm. Because, like, I think Mudkip's one of the cutest starters. But then he's just, like, becomes a fat Reddit mod. Now that I've said that, I can't unsee it. You know what? It really does feel like we doubled that DPS when we got a Ether Pool on, like, somewhat decent level. I mean, there were a few leagues I felt like he absolutely should have gotten farther in, or just won. It's like, the Gen 5 one, I'm like, come on. Like, come on. Yeah, but the Alola League does not count, right? Like, it's the Alola League. Who cares? Right? It's like... But you know what I mean? What I will say, though, one of my favorite elements of Pokemon is that Cynthia's just the GOAT. It's also really funny how she's, like, the only person to ever EV train a Pokemon. God, what is it with Final Fantasy XIV and being so fucking bad at optimization? I didn't even get all the endings. That's why, ultimately, you need to keep going. You need to get, like, A, B, C, and D, A, B, C, D, and E for Nier Automata. Trust, it's worth it. I have to, like, wreck my fucking graphic settings with this game because it just, like, screws up OBS so badly. Can my start? Okay, you say literally any Pokemon. For me, it would be either Darkrai or Lugia. Because those two are my favorites. That or, like, maybe a dragon. Darkrai is my favorite because of the movie. Like I said, I love the Darkrai movie. I'm, like, low-key pissed at Square Enix, though, with Nier, because it's, like, it feels like they keep teasing the next Nier game, and we just, like, never get it. It also will eternally piss me off that Nier 3 is a fucking discontinued gacha mobile game that actually has a really interesting story, but the gameplay sucks ass because it was a gacha mobile game. And also, it was just, like, a bad version of that. Despite the fact that it had some absolutely gorgeous environments and character design. I got the A2. That's like ending... You're basically right there. You just go back to, like, the chapter select. Do the other choice, and then you just do it, and you just, like, go from there. You're, like, right at the end. Ultima. You're, like, I'm not joking, maybe 15 minutes away from the true ending. Ultima, no. You're like 15 minutes away from, in my opinion, the best ending in game history. Or at least one of them. How could this happen to me? Made my mistakes. Bro, the turtle walked right to the entrance. Oh, it's dying. Okay. I didn't think it was aggroed yet. So rip my save, just play it again. I would recommend playing Nier Replicant first because it's also goated, and then play Automata. I'm wondering if there's like a quicksand element here. I don't think I've ever seen a regular shiny, though for the longest time I had no idea what a shiny even was besides like a shiny Gyarados. Because that one was actually in the story for like Gen 3 or something. But like outside of that, I'm like, what the hell's a shiny? With a song? To enjoy the game. Yeah, it's like the way I normally put it is that like Automata is a more polished version of what Replicant tries to do. Even if I prefer the actual overarching plot of Replicant more. I also prefer the characters in Replicant more. I think it's more well put together and told in Automata. Hello, 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 Jake. Welcome to the stream. It's like basically have to replay the game like 3 times in Replicant. Was starting to get pretty old. Whereas in Automata, they nail it. Dawn or Serena. That's the problem I have, because I grew up with Dawn, because I grew up with Gen 4. But Serena was a really good companion in the anime. Dead. I think for me, those are my top 2, like, female companions for, like, Ash. During the anime, like, I think it's, like, Serena and Dawn are my top 2. I think I put Serena in the number 1 slot because she has, like, more story with Ash. I don't know, though. I really don't know. It would probably change in the day for me. I think they're close. I think the only, like, traveling companion I ever, like, disliked for Ash was, like, Tristan. Because he was just, like, I don't know, beta Brock. Not, like, beta male, but, like, if you had a beta test to, like, design Brock, Tristan would be that. Serena also kiss Ash. Yeah, I think she was supposed to be his, like, actual, like, romantic partner at some point. I don't know if they ever went anywhere with that. But that was my kind of biggest issue with the Pokemon anime. It's like, I just kind of wish he stuck with people for more than 1 season. It's like, I love the fact that Brock was with him for like half of it all. You know, X and Y had a pretty dang good anime. Like, that cast was pretty dang good. I don't remember anything about Pokemon. I used to be such a big Pokemon fan, so even if I like, haven't watched it in so long, I still have a lot of it, like, memorized. Because I was huge into Pokemon. Hello, 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 Esther. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. I didn't watch, like, the second half of X and Y, because, like, that was when I was kind of, like, getting out of Pokemon. It wasn't even because, like, the anime or anything, because I thought the anime was really good. It was just, like, I was starting to get out of Pokemon. Yeah, the Hoenn group was also really good. I kind of prefer the seasons when there's, like, a group of 4, in a way, with the cast. Besides, like, Gen 4. Because I think Dawn was just a really good, like, character for the overall group dynamic. I normally like it when there's a group of 4, though. So, like, Gen 3 and Gen 6. Yeah, I think it helps a lot, Esty, because, like, I grew up with Pokemon. So, like, it definitely was a kid show because it's fucking Pokemon, right? But, like, growing up as a kid, you, like, you can appreciate looking back on it like that. Like, those kinds of shows can be so hard to get into if you didn't grow up with them. Not impossible, strictly, but it can be just, like, way harder. You know what show was also really dang good? Bakugan. Gets a power up about being depressed. Yo, Sam. What floor are we on? Aw, dude, free floor, let's go. You turn into this fat bastard. And you get to, like, blow everything up. I'm bursting! I'm gonna burst everywhere. This cliff kite has no idea about a back shot as big burst. Let's go. Boom! Pincer Beak has no idea, no comprehension of the burst I'm about to unleash. I'm out of must all over them. We got a huge burst session going on here. Look at him over here. Wallowing. In despair. In agony. Dear agony. Oh, look at it, look at it, look at it. It's juicy! Got him! Burn, baby, burn! I think we got everything. We can get a loot. Oh god, I don't even remember now. I have a Bakugan novel. It's like right over there. I've showed it off before. It's basically just a retelling of episode 1, but in like novel form. The Bakugan plot twist was crazy. Stayed in Alola? Wait, he stayed in Alola? What, did he bring him over for Sun and Moon? You're like, I largely, like, didn't even bother watching the Sun and Moon anime. It looked garbage to me. I hated the art style so much. Wait, could you get... Oh, yeah, I did hear about you could get, like, Ash's Greninja specifically. Was that, like, an event? Bro! Well, I'm silenced. Dead silence, there's no sound. Should have Titan. God, I need to find the command to make, like, the summons smaller. I need that command badly. It was a demo for Sun and Moon? God, I must have been so out of the loop. More into it. What they were kind of doing with the anime was making it so each, like, new season appealed to a new generation of Pokemon fans. So you would grow up with, like, your version of Ash and, like, their group. So, like, for me, it was, like, Gen 4. Gen 4 and Gen 3 was the one I grew up on. Man literally never aged. That's not true, technically. He ages in Sun and Moon. He gets to, like, age 11. Man did a lot at 10 years old, you know? What have you done? Ash took on, like, multiple deities. Took on the Mafia multiple times. Also multiple different Mafias. Traveled the world. Competed. It's like he plays professional Rubik's Cube. I can't believe our armor was so high at the start of the stream compared to our weaponry, and now our arms have overtaken it. What a crazy comeback. I believe Ash is a vampire. Yeah, he actually eats his old Pokemon that you never see again for vitality. Oh, hell. Bro, I was not in that. Like, the fakest of news. I'll be dead by the time he's an adult. Yeah, he would also probably have saved the multiverse, and like the multiverse of multiverses by then. He uses old Pokemon, probably because he needed Pokemon worth the piss. God, you know what show was good, though? Digimon Season 4. People hated on it, but it was so good. It was just fun. I love the idea of turning into the Digimon. I need to make a game like that. I'm glad Digimon's finally getting its dues. Bring back Rumble Arena. Fuck Smash Bros. Bring back Digimon Rumble Arena. It was way better. It's like the evolution mechanic was so freaking good. Because, like, it was a Smash Bros, like, knockoff, right? But it was with Digimon. And over the course of the match, your Digimon could evolve. And when you got to, like, your final evolution, you had a big, like, finishing move. It was so dang good. So, like, as Guilmon, you could get to, like, the final evolution as the Knight. And use the giant, like, shield beam to wipe out, like, half the level. And the new game is doing well. Yeah, I think it's doing, like, better than even, like, a Pokemon. Not Pokemon. Definitely not Pokemon. Better than, like, I think it was, like, Final Fantasy or Persona. Like, better on Steam than any of those franchises have done. Besides, like, FF14 specifically. It was, like, single-player Final Fantasy or, like, Persona. Really impressive. I didn't think it was going to do that well. I'm glad it did, though. Digimon always kind of felt like something that, like, deserved way more popularity than it had. Not like it was a tiny thing or anything, right? It was just, like... It has so much charm to it. Oh, interesting, yeah. I do remember you saying that, yeah. I think, like, Digimon Season 1 and 2 are, like, prime examples of, like, what I was talking about earlier, because I didn't grow up with them. I grew up with Digimon Season 3 and 4. Like, when I was getting older, I tried going back to watch Season 1 and 2. I couldn't do it. I think I needed to just, like, grow up with them, but I just didn't do it for Season 1 and 2. Though that fight scene in Digimon the movie, so good. Is on the way. I have not talked about, but yeah, I heard a free update for Expedition 33 with a new dungeon. Really cool that they're still adding to that. You gotta imagine that game's gonna, like, lock up a bunch of rewards. Oh, God. Those shadows look so bad in my current graphics. No! Oh. Trying to stream this game really drives home just how bad the back-end code and optimization for this game really is. It's like, when you're just playing it by itself, you don't really notice it as much as when you're trying to stream it, and you just realize, oh, God. Misty and Dawn as the companions. Yeah, those were the ones I grew up with as well. Oh, I grew up with Misty as well, but mainly, like, May and Dawn. Alright, boss time, chat. Lock in. Dude, nice mouth. Alright, let's go. Let's see what he does. Liquefaction, okay. I'm going to assume we want to be on, like, this shit. Bro. Dude, this one platform I'm on is like the luckiest one possible. I've had to deal with like maybe one mechanic. Got him. Dude, look how stupid he looks. I love him. Ooh. Huge. Got a sack of gilded light. I don't personally get Sonic vibes from the music. I'm also not big on Sonic, so probably not the best for that. What did I turn my gear in? Alright, turn my sacks of gilded light in. Let's see what we got. Shadows Withal, Scions and Sinners Piano, Plain Pajama Slippers, okay. Sacramental Grain, okay. Okay, new equestrian roll, nice. Could have sworn I got something else before that wasn't just like sacramental grain. $79 and $80. Gotta imagine that's enough to take us further. It is. Okay, cool. 51 to 60. So I think we're like halfway through the deep dungeon now. Dude, there's so many people there. I was kind of expecting more people to load in. Oh, here we go. Okay, I guess it's more the desert place. Me and console be like... Well, that's my thing. It's like... With my PC, I can easily run this game on max, no problem. But when I'm trying to stream with OBS, and OBS not knowing how to, like, get resources for itself... It's so annoying. I might have to boot up my, like, old PC and find a way to use it like a stream PC or something. I don't know if I would only do that for FF14, though. Because, like, WoW doesn't have this issue much. I just have to limit the frame rate, and, like, WoW can be fine. But I'm starting to run into this issue with other modern games, like, Trails also. It's like if I run that game at 144 frames, it's just like... It uses too many resources or OBS lags. Even though my PC is going to do way more than that. Oh, the story's getting really good, Hydra. I'm excited for where it goes from here. Die, stupid chicken. Do you still have your avatar on the corner of the screen despite blocking said corner? Yes. I use it as a backup in case, like, I move or something. I'm still in the second expansion of the game. I'm not joking. You have some of the best storytelling in the medium ahead of you. It's so damn good. If I could replay Shadowbringers and Endwalker again for the very first time, I would do so much for that privilege. My problem is, with MMOs especially, I can tell the difference between 60 and 120, 144. Like, I can feel it so badly. It's like, I hate 60 for MMOs. Though a lot of the times in actual combat, you can go down to 60 just because MMOs and, like, CPU usage. Or the servers lag like a motherfucker. Like, get more than, like, 12 people together in WoW, and the game's gonna be like, ugh. Yeah, the end of A Realm Reborn is really dang good as well. Holy pack of mobs. Hey guys, I got a great idea. What if you throw everything in one pile? Now would be a really good time to have a tank and a healer. Oh, Hydro, you would definitely remember if you knew you were near the end of Heaven's Sword or not. It's very hard to forget the end of Heaven's Sword. It's so damn good. The way I wish in MMOs, if you were casting a spell and the target dies, it would just, like, auto-cast it on another target that's, like, right next to him. I would fucking kill for that, like, addition to MMOs across the board. I climbed that tower twice, my ass. I obliterated you, if you don't remember. I was a climbing god, a prodigy, if you will. Far off, you detect something unusual. We need Theoul to nuke the whole floor. We just got another one. Love that. Hello, 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 John. Welcome to the stream. If you like pina coladas and streaming in the rain. Fuck! If you like Jmulls the Riz King and not having back pain. God, I wish. Not having back pain would be so good. I swear to God. Why am I the one running over every fucking penalty? And trap. And doodad? Oh gosh, that tower. Yeah, that tower. Hello, hello, McLaren. Welcome to the stream. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, Twitch gets crazy, huh? See, the content, like, fiend in my brain goes, well, if you're gonna give birth on stream, you definitely have to have, like, a bit war for, like, who names the kid. Right? Like, you gotta do that. That's the kid's, college tuition right there. That's wrapped up. They get to, like, 18, they can change their name anyways. Aw, dude, we're fat. Let's go. Huge. Alright. Gonna rain down the calories on them. Let's go. I'm about to do a huge burst sesh on them. Get over here. Burn, baby. Oh, I see victims over there. Soon to be victims, let me iterate. Or reiterate. Eat my flames. Burn, baby, burn. And we got a banger for this as well. What happened with Twitch again? A WoW streamer gave birth on stream. That's like essentially the TLDR. Jmulls, you in the game? Nah. Actually, I am. I'm called Xenos Ye Galvus. You'll meet that goat later. I'm like 95% certain the dog thing was bullshit, it turns out. But I don't know. I'm like, oh god, Twitch drama again? I couldn't care. Swipe. Pause what? Look. The content grind does not stop. Also, Ultimate, I think you're like a couple minutes behind. Just a heads up. The twinning OST background music 100%. It's so good. I love this song. This has been basically a trip down memory lane for Shadowbringers. It's been so good. I love the fact they let you queue for the later floors. What the hell is this? Why are these guys on fire? I didn't drop a mixtape on them. They're probably listed in the 50s version of Thick of It by KSI. That makes sense. I'd be engulfed in flames as well if I was listening to that peak. Back up, back up, back up. Clap. Because I'm healing a dungeon. All you gotta do is press Cure. That's all you gotta do. Have you ever done the Leroy Jenkins mission? Oh, what's the Leroy Jenkins mission? I know of Leroy Jenkins. Like, I'm a WoW player. Of course I've heard of Leroy Jenkins. But what's the Leroy Jenkins mission? Son of a bitch! Stop pacifying and silencing me, game. Especially when we don't have a healer to suit me. Well, I'm glad Fletcher just, like, doesn't count. Well, the good news is it can auto-attack. I'm a Scholar. What do you mean, Cure? Okay, so rule 1. Well, actually, no. Scholar's pretty good for a healer. The mini dragon cave. Oh, I farmed that place before. Oh, I've soloed it. Although, to be fair, it is very out of date now. Pretty sure it was Blackwing Descent. Or it was not Blackwing Descent. I'm pretty sure it was like... I always forget the name of that dungeon. Blackwing Lair. I think it's that one. It could have been one of the dungeons associated with the raid, but... Hello. Okay, Esther, take care. Thumbs up. Let's do this. Leroy! Ah, shit. Leroy! I charge in, and the nanosecond I do, it's like, hey, buddy, I got a great idea for you. What if we do an AoE? How about you eat my ass? Recreate Leroy Jenkins live bet. Try WoW for like 2 hours. Well, good news. That's like as much time as you get with the free trial. Like, not really, but also kinda. They need to redo that game's free trial system so badly. Oh my god. They probably haven't done it yet because, like, the new play experience is so fucking awful. Like, when they redo it with Midnight, they really need to. And Dawntrail is awful. Why do you think I keep calling for, like, a complete, like, rework of dungeon design? Because I love the boss design in Dungeons and Dawntrail, but, like, wall-to-wall, wall-to-wall boss. Wall-to-wall, wall-to-wall boss. It's like, oh my god, please. Damage dealt decreased. Do you think it's gonna scare me? Where's the exit? Okay, there it is. I'm glad we're 3-manning this. Alright, time's up. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Hello, hello, Hot Wings Supreme. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful night as well. We're chilling with some deep dungeon goodness in FF14. Mainly because I streamed for like 9 hours yesterday, or just about, and my throat, I can feel is like on the edge of a cliff. Like, it wants to P3 itself so badly. So I'm gonna like, I'm taking like baby steps with it, you know? Oh my god, look at all the ads, look at all the ads. I'm gonna nut, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby, oh yeah, baby, oh yeah, baby. Oh, I do got a 4th party member back, huge. How you liking the new deep dungeon? I was never a deep dungeon aficionado in FF14 before. I think this is easily the one that has kept my interest the longest of all of them. I'm actually, like, motivated to play this one more, because it's basically a giant love letter to Shadowbringers. It's so fucking good. I think some people will say it's a bit easy, but also you're pugging it. I mean, come on. I would actually like to clear this millennium, because you can, like, go for random groups. But I really like the new Deep Dungeon. I like the little abilities you get. Like, every now and then you get a floor that transforms you into, like, an entity, like a giant bomb, and you blow everything up, and you turn into, like, a ball of shit. I'm not joking. And, like, you roll over enemies. It's fucking hilarious. Getting, like, the ability for Ffxiv to, like, come in and, like, bomb the entire dungeon floor and wipe it is so fucking funny, too. It's this one, Poison Fruit Incense. We'll probably use it on Stone 59 right before the boss. But, like, Ffxiv just comes in and, like, nukes the entire floor. It's the funniest shit ever. I think it also helps that I'm playing Red Mage, and I think mechanically Red Mage is probably the job I enjoy the most right now. I've always enjoyed Red Mage, but, like, I haven't been, like, particularly enthralled by job design and overall gameplay of FF14 for a while. Red Mage just, like, tickles something in my brain. Now I gotta try it. It's easily the best thing Dawntrail's put out besides, like, the main story for, like, point 2 and point 3. Ever in Deep Dungeon. I still don't know where my, like, potions have gone. There's somewhere in my inventory, I don't know where. I just use a cure. If that doesn't heal me enough, I'm die. It's just like, I'm die, I'm gone forever. Don't hold a funeral. Mimicked it. I have had the event happen, by the way, where it's like a Mimic dies, spawns a chest, spawns another Mimic. I've had that happen. Yes, it's gut-wrenching. Is immaculate. It's the artifact gear that you get at level, like, 99. I love it. Probably my favorite, like, relic set or whatever they call it for Red Mage ever. A bit of breakfast out, you know? Got a bit of the breakfast out there. Really nice. I like the cape as well. And after 10 months, that's gonna be me when we do Vengeance or something. For like SMT5 or like Iceborne. Hello, 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 Plague. Welcome to the stream. When a Mimic gives birth. Yeah, Freeren's worst nightmare. What in the hell is this Bulbasaur-looking son of a bitch? Wow, that thing got deleted. I think not having, like, 36 arms has really helped with the damage. It's like, my god, our DPS has skyrocketed. At least it feels like it. I could pug to 92 and no further. Gotcha. Yeah, we're at like 57 right now. It seems kind of easy right now. Mainly because we have so much arms now. What is the story behind this deep dungeon? Where are we? Well, on the first, with El Meg. And essentially, there was a church way back in the past. That were like light worshippers. But there's a bunch of sin eaters here. So the Fae can't go in there because plot reasons that get revealed. So we have to go in. And Feo will, like, run back up for us sometimes if we need her. So we get some, like, Feo lore. We actually had Feo backstory here. Spoiler, it's depressing. Because it's the Fae. But it's, like, largely, like, story for, the Fae, Vobert, and, like, the First. Feo my goat. Like, no joke, she's the goat. I need it back in the main story proper as, like, a primary companion or something. I wish you would, like, travel around with us. Can't wait to try it. Yeah, it's really good. It's not, like, too much, right? It's, like, only a few minutes of story here and there. Because it's, like, it's largely just the deep dungeon, but it's a very nice addition. It's also nice just to, like, have Feo be relevant. And it really circles back on the idea of the origin of the Fae people being fucking depressing. Because they're basically dead children, and they're like, hey, remember this plot detail you may have missed? Or may have forgotten about? Yeah, well, you're not about to forget it. Excited? Well, I'm glad I could. Hope you enjoy it. You can also pug way farther, which I like. I think they made it a bit easier, probably, in, like, compensation for the ability to just go in on higher floors to pug. I haven't even done the quantum fight yet, or I haven't even gotten there yet. I hope it's good. The model for the fight looks insane. Do we have an affluent one? No. So next floor, we're definitely going to use the poison fruit incense, which is going to be Feo coming in to nuke it, because on floor 60, we'll get a boss. I'm re-downloading the demo. Let's go. Oh, they got it. What a sneak. Alright, we're still gonna fight, I guess. Alright, let's do it. Fair enough. Oh! Bro hit me with the lariat. I can't believe I just got fucking annihilated like that. Like, oh my god. Rude. I didn't realize how quiet the game was for all of you, so I'm going to up the music for you all. Let me know if it's too loud. I don't think it's going to be, because this is normally why I normally have it for stream. I normally, like, knock the audio way down when I'm just by myself, though. Yeah, scale issue. Alright, I'm ready for Feo to nuke the floor. Feo, nuke him! You called my sapling? May all who threaten you know my wrath. And every enemy on the floor has now died. Love it. So now we can just go about collecting stuff, because next floor we have a boss. All the traps have disappeared. Oh my god, whoever popped that, I love you. Moving to my computer. Best of luck. Ah, there it is. Fortune now smiles upon you properly. Alright, let's do this. Time's up. Let's do this. Uh-huh. Dead. Look at the stash. Look at it glisten. Alright, long dick coming in. Bitch. What the fuck was that? Whoa, what? I don't get that tell at all. Bro. Dude, really? Alright, thanks for your ul for saving me there. Appreciate it. I'll take the buff, though. You get my commendation for healing, for resume. Did they have a dunce cap on? That's funny. I got freaking obliterated there. I got shabam-a-lammed. Whoa, Black Betty. Bam-a-lam. Whoa, Black Betty. Wham-a-lam. I don't know what to say. Some people just have bad opinions, John. It's like, that's as much... it just kind of is what it is. I fundamentally disagree with so many people about that game. I think it's also partly that people just don't know how to build in Xenoblade X. And then they run into something that's, like, remotely challenging and they just, like, don't know how to respond to it. If it's a story thing, I will always disagree with people that don't like the story facts. I think it's awesome. I think some people just, like, try to go through things way too fast and don't stop and smell the roses and appreciate things. So many people are way too goal-oriented when it comes to games. Did they like the other Xenoblades? Or was, like, X their first foray into Xenoblade? Yeah, I said this before when it comes to, like, Xenoblade. I think the biggest thing, like, keeping Xenoblade out from, like, possibly doubling its sales figures is the gameplay loop. It's poorly explained, and it's also just, like, weirdly cumbersome sometimes. You were, like, the only person online who didn't act like the Chapter 13 stuff didn't come out of nowhere. Because it didn't come out of nowhere, I read the shit. It's like, that's the difference. Some people, like, experience stories with their eyes closed. It's like, 99% of the shit from Chapter 13 was like, foreshadowed. The problem a lot of people run into... Like, the problem people run into is they go into something with their own preconceived notions, and when they're proven, like, not to be the case, they view it to be a slight that they were wrong. It's like, that's the big thing with, like, Xenoblade X. Product review by Nintendo for, like, X Definitive Edition. Oh, this is cool. This is very fucking cool. Oh my god. Where it's like the whole, like, it's something about this world. So people, like, built up the idea, oh, it must be about Mira specifically. But, like, if you know Xenolore, you know it could have been deeper. When the credits rolled? Okay. I mean, X is also a very different game overall compared to 1, 2, and 3. But, like, I will always... It's not even a matter of disagreeing. The people that say the stuff in Chapter 13 came out of nowhere are just fucking wrong. Like, that's as far as the conversation goes with me. It's just, like, they're wrong about something. I'm not going to try to debate someone and justify why 2 plus 2 equals 4 to someone that believes it equals yellow. Right? It's like, I'm not going to do that. But some people just, like, dislike things, and that can happen. Dude, this frog's not fucking around, huh? Dude, that frog had vengeance in its heart. X is an example of a game with, like, an unreliable narrator, because, like, the entire premise is, like, humanity trying to figure out what the hell's going on when they're dealing and confronting with forces way beyond human comprehension. So they, like, theorize throughout the game, and then people, try to take those things that they're theorizing as, like, oh, so this is what it actually is. And it's like, no, that's just, like, the in-game characters trying to rationalize what they're experiencing firsthand. It's like, Xenoblade X Chapter 13 was foreshadowed in a fucking mobile game from back in, like, the early, like, the mid-2000s. I shit you not. Of floor 10? I don't even remember the boss in floor 10. This fucking chameleon did. Oh my god. The funny thing with the chameleons to me is, like, they don't even, like, try to be invisible. I think, like, what chameleons actually do in real life is they try to make themselves as brightly colored as possible because predators will think they're poisonous. Which is actually really funny to me. Is that rainbow shrub thing? I've only done the floor 10 fight once. I don't even remember it. I would need to look back in the VOD. PS4 space. Yeah, my hard drive having WoW and FF14 on it, it's just like, oh my god, I lose half my hard drive. Just, like, lock that away. It's more like a tenth of it, but still. God, I think I need to do a video just defending Xenoblade X. What are the big critiques people throw at it? Because, like, when it comes to Xenoblade, I don't watch, like, anyone. It's, like, on a very rare occasion, I'll watch, like, an Enel guide or, like, a Luxon video. But, like, I don't really watch anyone. After, like, I used to watch one VTuber play through, like, Xenoblade. But, like, that was kind of it. What are, like, the main, like, things people bring up about it? Tower of Zot OST. I envy the ability for people to remember, like, singular dungeon tracks. I wish I had that memory. I'm just like, yeah, this song sounds familiar. Like, I have so many Xenoblade videos I want to make, but I feel like I need to play the rest of Saga 3 and Gears first. Because, like, I feel like if I just have that knowledge, I'd be able to make a better video out of it. Fuck! Why is everything one-shooting me, dude? Oh my god. Do we need, like, more armor or something? And I guess it is a little bit low compared to my weapon. You just stay at range as much as I humanly can. What's wrong with Xeno? I don't know. Some people just, like, really like to hate an X. Looks great so far, though. Yeah, I really like the deep dungeon. It's fun. I love how visually varied it is. Being, like, the edge of the flood of light here, that's so cool. Forgiven Riot. Left-sided shockwave? You bitch! Oh, I got out of it. But what happens to Mirror? That's what I assume it is. I know a lot of people were like, oh, it should have been something about the world, which it still kind of is, by the way, spoiler alert. Oh my god. Dude, this dungeon absolutely despises me. Why everyone turn around? There's a chest all the way up here. Why do we turn around from this? Yeah, it's like, after, like, that one Xenosaga 3 stream we did, I had, like, the floodgates open, and, like, the idea for, like, 3 to 4, like, Xeno videos popped in my brain. I want to do a theory video about Xenoblade having, like, 3 herbs. I want to make a complete Xenoblade or, like, Xeno Iceberg video. That one's going to take a long time to make. I want to do a Xenoblade X retrospective. I also want to make another video about the connections between Halo and Xenoblade. Or Xeno overall. Peak game, I agree. The problem with X is, like, mechanically, if you don't know what you're doing, because the game kind of explains it terribly, and you don't know how to build, there's, like, so many, like, big difficulty spikes that are, like, so hard to overcome if you don't know the core concepts of the game's mechanics. Because Monolith, like, throws, like, 15 layers of complexity into everything for some reason. But there's, like, something I've noticed with a lot of people when it comes to storytelling. It's like, if their exact prediction doesn't come to pass, people, like, react negatively to it. So, like, with the original cliffhanger ending, it's something about this world. Some people, like, accepted, oh, it must be something about Mira itself specifically. Which, again, still kind of is. But when they realized they were, like, wrong and it was something else, they viewed that to be a writing error, not a reading comprehension error. Or just, like, it's a story that's evolving. You don't know all the details yet. Xenoblade 4, I still think Xenoblade 4 is going to be, like, a hybrid between 3 and X mechanically. I still think it's going to be like that. Because 3 was already them, like, edging themselves to the mechanics of, like, X. It's like, 3 was, like, half of X, Future Redeemed was the other half. I think Xenoblade 4 is still gonna have skills. I think It'll be open world, probably in a similar vein-ish to, like, either 3 or X, probably some kind of hybrid. It wouldn't surprise me at all, especially with the technology of the Switch 2 they have now. I still kind of think we're gonna have a space level, or some, like, space adjacent, something akin to it, at least. But it's like, I'm not gonna do the thing where it's like, if I'm wrong about that, I'm not gonna act as if that's Monolith's fault. Right? I want to see what they have, judge it on its own merits, and then go from there. Is the combat as confusing as fuck? Yes, I entirely agree. That's the biggest problem with, like, Monolith. It, like, goes all the way back to, like, the beginning. My opinion, I fucking hate this chameleon. That's not just my opinion. But, like, my opinion is if a lot of people need someone else to tell them how the game works, or they feel the need to seek out an outside guide, that is a failure of the game to communicate how it fundamentally works and operates. And abandon what X built up. I don't think they're gonna do that because they never abandoned the storyline that, like, from Saga. And Saga bombed with 2, and they still haven't abandoned that storyline. If anything, the problems that X would have had, we still don't know shit about X, by the way, because Nintendo hasn't said anything. This is my other main thing I wanted to bitch about on Twitter, but I held back a lot. I didn't feel like going after, like, 15 different people. The people saying X bombed are, like, they don't know what they're talking about because no one knows if it bombed or not. The only people that know are Nintendo and Monolith. It was like, there was, like, one, like, bit of information that came out about, like, confirmed Nintendo titles that have broke 1 million sales. But, like, we don't know because they never confirmed the sales numbers for X. So it's like, that's why X wasn't listed. They just never told us how much X actually sold, so we don't know if it broke 1 million or not. Xenoblade 2 is still the worst for that? Absolutely not. Xenoblade 2 is still the entity of Xenoblade, and Xeno overall has sold the most. And it's not even close. As a singular entity, 2 has sold way more than any other Xeno game. It's not even close. It's like over 1 million copies. Well, not necessarily 1 million specifically, but it's like 1 and 3 with all the, like, titles. It was like 1 was at, like, I think 1 is about the same if you count the original version of X, the 3DS version, and then also Definitive Edition. But, like, 2 by itself still has sold the most. This is, like, the other thing I really want to get in on people on Twitter, but I hold back because I don't want to be, like, an asshole. The people that say 2, like, ruined the franchise or something don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's the thing that arguably, I wouldn't say saved, but, like, it put Xeno on the map, actually, and, like, helped it get more popular. Like, 2 sold very well for Xeno. Hello, Galactic. Welcome to the stream. There's so many people on, like, Twitter when they talk about Xenoblade that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's actually crazy. Xenoblade 2 is my favorite. It's also my favorite right alongside X. But there's so many people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Res Mage incoming, let's go. Dude, where'd this Mimic come from? Oh, yeah. Xenoblade 2 did a bad job of explaining its mechanics as well. All the Xenoblade games do as well. It's like the only exception I'd probably put there would be like 1. 3 does a shit job of explaining chain attacks. 2 just doesn't really explain shit. I do not count like 15 text boxes in a row as a good way to explain something, by the way. 1 is just like piss simple, so it's like it's hard to fuck that up. Before the end of the year. If we're counting as like, if we're saying that X could be Game of the Year, like even though product provided by Nintendo, right? Like despite that, I would still put it as my Game of the Year. Wouldn't be close. Because I have X Definitive Edition, like top 2 or 3 games of all time for me. It would be a huge help for Xeno. I don't even think they need to like change it that much. Speed the animations up so they're not piss slow and they actually feel like mechanically satisfying when you press the button. Speed up animations as well. Speed up the cooldowns for all the arts. That goes like 50% of the way already, right there. Off rip. Make the game 60 FPS for the love of Christ. Yes, it matters. But it's just like, the problem with a lot of like Xenoblade combat can be like, they don't explain things. They add like 15 layers of needless complexity into every mechanic. For like no reason. And like, the combat loop can feel a bit like mechanically unsatisfying sometimes because animations can last so long. So when you press a button, you don't feel the immediate effects of pressing that button. You have to like wait a bit for the animation to actually go off. And with how visually cluttered the screen can be in a Xenoblade game, especially when you're fighting stuff, it can be like hard to pause what's visually happening. It's like if I showed you a bit of Xenoblade gameplay and I told you to describe what the fuck's going on, or like if I told someone new to Xenoblade to describe what the fuck's going on during like a bit of gameplay in Xenoblade, they wouldn't be able to do shit. That stuff matters. Because if people can't figure out what's going on the screen, they don't see or they don't feel necessarily the effects of pressing their buttons. It's a very important part of game design. You look at all the big games that blow up, they nail this principle. Silksong does it immaculately. Expedition 33 does it immaculately. Different gameplay loops, but it's the same, like, core idea. Make it visually easy to pause and also look mechanically satisfying, even for someone who's unfamiliar with the gameplay systems of the game. For instance, here's a great example that Monolith have done before. When we streamed Saga 2, and then we went to Saga 3, I had numerous people in my chat go, "Oh, this looks way better." Because the mechanics are, like, far easier to visually pause and see, like, "Oh, this looks way more satisfying. I understand what's going on here." I am more engaged with what is going on the screen. These little things go so far when it comes to, like, overall immersion and getting someone into the gameplay loop and the experience. It's why WoW has been on top for so long and isn't going anywhere. It nailed this idea back in 04 and it's still there. It's also why they're trying to gut add-ons, part of the reason. Other ones they're probably going to do like a console port. But it's like part of the reason, because like with all the add-ons with WoW now, if I show you like gameplay of WoW and like some people's UIs, you wouldn't be able to tell what the fuck's going on. It would be like Greek and Spanish had a baby or something. You wouldn't be able to see or tell what's going on. It's like visual diarrhea. Right here, when it comes to the deep dungeon, you can see what's happening. I just did a big boom. That looks good, that feels good. Again, small things like that matter a lot. Why did Halo do so well back in the day, and why is it shit the bed in modern years? Because early Halo games nailed this principle down to the fucking wire. I show someone who's never played a Halo game before Halo gameplay, they'll know immediately what's going on. Oh, this gun shoots? Okay. Yeah, that guy's getting shot at. Oh, something just popped. He's probably weaker. He is. His shield just broke. Okay, he's dead. Oh, this gun looks like a rocket launcher. Oh, it shoots rockets. Okay, I understand this. Oh, that's a shotgun. Oh, that's a machine gun. Oh, that's a burst rifle. Okay. It's like stuff that's very easy to identify immediately, but has depth to it. goes a long way. Then later Halo games add a whole bunch of shit that just doesn't look good. They get a very weird pace to them, and it can be like hard to visually understand what the fuck's going on. Especially when they threw in a bunch of whole like new movement stuff and mechanics that work off of that. It makes it harder to understand what the hell's going on. Also, a bunch of more like new players aren't going to really understand how to make use of that initially, but they're going to get curb stomped by people who do, and it's going to feel like shit. For a new franchise, you can kind of get away with that. For an established franchise, when you change up the core gameplay loop that severely, and do it in such a bad way, it can be severely off-putting. Because people go in expecting one thing to get the other thing. It's like, why has Mario as a franchise done so well over the years? Pro jumps. Very simple, clean, lot of depth to it if you want there to be. Someone who doesn't know what Mario is gets into Mario. They look at what's going on. Oh, I understand this. Oh, this is jumping. Oh, jumping feels good. Oh, this is how jumping actually works. You can learn from there. But, like, it's very accessible and understandable. That's the key one. It's understandable from, like, to some degree initially. Yeah, Mass Effect and, like, old BioWare specifically, also do a good job of this. Because it's like, they're very story-focused and forward in their overall experience, but their gameplay is also kind of understandable as well. Like, for Dragon Age, it's like, oh, this is a strategy game, that guy's a mage, that guy's a knight, that guy's a rogue, okay, yeah, I kind of understand what's going on here. Oh, that spell looked really cool, oh, he just summoned in, like, 2 fire tornadoes, okay, that looks very cool, I understand what he just did. And, like, with the storytelling, it's like, oh, good characterization, good storytelling, I can understand what's going on. Okay, we have different dialogue options, this does this, that, this, okay, cool, I can kind of understand that. I'm invested in this product. Modern BioWare, it's like... Modern BioWare is its own issue. It's probably a bad example to bring up in this conversation, looking back on it. There's a reason Halo was a lot of people's first FPS. There's a reason Halo was the biggest selling piece of media of all time. That was with Halo 2, and the thing that, like, overtook it was Halo 3. People modern day do not understand how big Halo was as an IP. I don't know if it sold... I don't know if it had, like, raw number sales. There was, like, some stat it was, where it was, like, the biggest, like, piece of IP... Not IP, biggest piece of media of all time. I forget the exact stat. But it was, like, either sales, profits, or, like, something like that. Or, like, numbers of units sold. It was, like, something like that. Halo 2 was the biggest, and Halo 3 overtook it. Halo was a phenomenon. It's the whole reason Xbox even got around to begin with. People went to Xbox because of Halo. The only other series, in my opinion, that ever had that kind of motion was Mario. Only one. Games cause violence. I can do the same argument with the Nintendo stuff as well. Like, Zelda games, very easy to visually pause as a kid, right? It's like, oh, this kid, he's green, he has a sword, he hits things with it, has a bow, drops bombs, oh, he can also run sometimes. Very easy to visually pause and understand, good enough of depth and complexity to it, as well, to where, as you play more of it, you understand the nuances and you become more engaged with it. But, like, reason a lot of these franchises do so well is because Nintendo understands this very damn well. Make things come off as simple and very easy to visually understand, but also look mechanically satisfying, and then go from there. Metroid does the same thing. Zelda does the same thing. Mario especially does this. Yeah, like, the only game my parents didn't want me to play was GTA. And, like, I respected that. Like, because they didn't mind me playing, like, any other games. It was just, like, just GTA. It's like, okay. After the original, I'm convinced it would have. I don't think the original would have gotten off the floor. It was, like, hard carried by Halo. Which franchises are on your Mount Rushmore of video games? Are we talking about personal enjoyment or, like, the ones I think were the most, like, influential for gaming? Because those, for me, would be different. Halo would be on both, though. If we're talking about, like, personal enjoyment, it would be Halo, Warcraft, Xenoblade, / Xeno overall. And then Nier. If we're talking about ones I think that are the most influential, Mario, Halo. The other two are tricky. GTA. I'm not putting Fortnite. I'll put Minecraft instead. I fear Roblox is going to go on that list, though. If it's not already on it. Most influential. Oh, overall influential. I don't think Roblox is particularly influential because that isn't really. I don't think it's really inspired much outside of Roblox. It was just so dominant. Mario, Halo, unfortunately Fortnite because everyone wants to copy that shit. God, I might put Call of Duty there as well. God, dude, do I have to put a fucking sports game there? No, it's not. I wouldn't call sports games influential. They're just big by themselves. Oh, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft's on the influential one. People that don't say WoW is on it are wrong. It changed the entire genre. And we're still feeling the effects to this day. Making crappy games. The wild stat that I learned was that, do you all know what game has the biggest concurrent player count of all time? Do you all know? Judging from the fact that I was talking about Roblox, you probably assumed it's Roblox. You would be correct. But it's specifically one of the fan-made games in Roblox called Grow a Garden. If you ever want to feel as if you're so wildly out of touch, look up how many people play Grow a Garden from Roblox. The number is, like, actually scary. And not like in a, what will happen to the children kind of way. Just like in terms of, how am I that out of touch? Because, like, if you're not in that bubble, you just don't know how big it is. It's like when you look at, like, the most streamed artist on Spotify or something, and it's like some jabroni you've never heard of, and you're like, who the fuck are they? I've never heard a song from them. How are they this popular? It's the same principle. Did I not even have a pox? I'm stupid. Dragon Quest is a really good one to put on the Mount Rushmore as well, because it was so influential for JRPGs. That's a really good call. Nothing is mainstream. That too. It's like mainstream isn't like one central entity anymore. It's really just a bunch of different, like, sub-environments. play Roblox, I buy it. It's because there's been, like, a failure. Roblox is, like, the modern-day MMORPG, in my opinion. That's just, like, kind of what it is. It's like, people say MMORPGs are dying. No, they've just been, like, one, they're still around, and they're very popular. But two, other genres and, like, other games have very similar ideas or concepts in terms of, like, what appealed to a lot of people when it comes to MMORPGs, and really capitalized on that. Roblox did it, Fortnite does it. Mainly those two. GTA to some degree as well. People love the idea of being in an interconnected world with a bunch of other people. Want the metaverse to be? Unironically, yeah. The metaverse was just like an MMORPG, but someone wanted to think they, like, discovered it. Like, that's all it was. It's like WoW's been here, EverQuest has been here. It's like, when they try to, like, sell the metaverse as a concept, I'm like, this is just an MMORPG. Like, that's all it is. It's like when they try to do, like, NFTs and people are like, so we're buying a PNG. It's like the same exact concept to me. Where it's just like, why are we trying to sell something that's already very popular under a different name and, like, try to twist it as something else? It's like if someone said, guys, I just invented a new food product. It's called bean juice. No, it's called bean tea. It's like, bitch, that's just coffee. It's like, what are we doing here? But, like, to put it into comparison, like, for the reason why some people say, like, MMORPGs are dying, it's because for, like, 15 years, there was, like, only one big dog in the entire medium, and it was WoW. Everyone else tried to copy WoW, because WoW did it so well. No one did it as well as WoW, though. So you had a bunch of new games, like, pop up, but that try to be, like, a WoW killer, or, like, try to be like WoW. They wouldn't be as good as WoW. People would try them out, go, oh, WoW. So, WoW's better than this, and they would fuck off back to WoW. This happened all the time. And then WoW, because they were stupid for a while, became really dog shit. Then people were like, oh, wow, MMORPGs are dying. It was like, no, the one game that was propping up this industry, like, the one front runner is having a really... like, having a really bad go of it. And why did Final Fantasy XIV do so well for a while there? It's because, one, it was different and didn't try to be like WoW specifically. It wanted to be a Final Fantasy game first and foremost, at least after A Realm Reborn. Oh, I see. God damn it. I can't tell when they start. It's like, people have always really loved MMORPGs. It's just, there's only ever really been one or two at a time that were actually good. But people love the concept. But they're super intensive and hard to, like, upkeep one, but also make to begin with. And also, when you have a game that does it as well as WoW did for the longest time, it's really hard to convince people to, like, not play WoW and to play that. But Final Fantasy XIV managed to do that because it was a really damn good game. It still is. But then, like, as is the case with, like, every MMO, I am not remembering this shit. I hate bosses designed like this. I am not remembering that shit. Just die. Thank you. Okay. Where was I? It's like WoW was so big for the longest time, and then WoW shit the bed for a while there. Because they were petrified after the whole, like, controversy stuff. They were petrified, at least what it felt like. They were petrified to do anything remotely interesting. Also, they were just kind of stupid for a while. They're like, honest to God, they just kind of were. But like now that WoW got its head out of its ass, it's doing better, arguably now than ever. Especially if you include China's play account. Like, oh my fucking God. But at least that was the case at the end of Dragonflight. I don't know about the war within. And it's like with Final Fantasy XIV. Oh my God, yes, I have enough for something. Okay, what do I go for? Well, I want this set. Do I save for like a mount? Alright, I'm gonna go for the chest piece. Thwath Swallowtail, give me that. Yeah, the gold sauce is really good. I think for like Final Fantasy XIV, it was a Final Fantasy game first and foremost, and people love Final Fantasy, so it did very well in the back of that. But by doing so, it was also very much carried by the story. And when the story took a bit of a nosedive after 6.0, for a little bit. I still really like the patches in Endwalker, just they weren't as good. And then Dawntrail 7.0 and 0.1 just kind of sucked. You saw Cinnamon really go down, and it's still like struggling to get back up. But then 0.2 and 0.3 comes out story-wise, and it's like rock solid. It's really dang good. And I think you're starting to see a little bit of a turnaround there. And if they can nail it mechanically with 8.0, I think Final Fantasy XIV will be fine. Okay, what floor are we on now? We're in the 70s? We're at 71, damn. Run out of content, just go back to WoW. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, WoW has had so much, like, back-end stuff as well. To where it's like, oh, a new MMO comes out. Because they don't have all the time in the world, it feels kind of limited in comparison. Also, the core gameplay isn't as good as WoW 99% of the time. They go, well, WoW kind of does everything here. And also, it kind of does it better. So I'm just going to go back to that game. At least with Final Fantasy XIV, it's like, okay, well, here's a giant Final Fantasy story that's arguably the best in the franchise. We'll worry about the MMO stuff alongside that, but we'll make sure the story is the first and foremost thing. And, like, when Final Fantasy XIV has good, like, job design, it's really fun. And the fights in FF14 can look visually awesome and great. And it can just be a great experience, right? It's like why this game does so well. When it's, like, on all cylinders. Yeah, SWTOR blew up for a while there as well. Because the story was also really good and people love Star Wars. One of the reasons I think SWTOR really started to, like, drop a bit, was because mechanically it was just WoW but worse. Especially if you, like, looked at the talent trees, like, that shit back on launch was, like, 1-for-1, a lot of the time with WoW classes. It's like, I think one of the Inquisition talent trees was just a Fire Mage, and the other one was just, like, just a Noms Warrior. It was something like that. It's still downloading? Yeah, hi Joe, have fun with that. Okay. I can feel my throat still, like, not being great. So I think I'm going to call the stream there for the day, and we'll be back tomorrow with some Final Fantasy XIV Hildebrand. Because we have a whole new Hildebrand quest update. We're going to the old Wild Wild West with Hildebrand, and we're going to see what wackiness we have with him there. I'm excited. And then after that, if we still have time, we'll probably do some more of the Deep Dungeon. So I'm going to call the stream there for the day. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you Galactic, Hot Wing Supreme, Ultima, Hydro, Astet, John, Drake. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Stay safe, have a great day. And I'll see you all next time. Yeah, I'm super pumped for Hildy. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.